Hello everyone, my name is Bhupendra Kumar Tanti and I am here to present about methods of extraction of thin seams. So let's start. So first we'll cover up the contents. So here we'll cover introduction, longwall mining method, longwall cuff fluff, room and pillar mining, continuous miner, autonomous mining machines, high wall mining system and references. So first we'll start with introduction. The definition of thin seam varies considerably against coal mining countries. There are however fairly well defined minimum thickness in which equipment can work. Underground mining of thin seams was invariably been more difficult, hazardous and costly process than other working of thin seams. In thick seam minings, the support system provided effective, but in thin seam, the vertical space for men to work or travel is restricted. Thus, there is a need to develop manless system in the thin seam basically for two reasons. And one, to reduce accident potential to zero, and second, because in the thin seam it may be impossible for men to operate. So next we will discuss about the elements of longwall mining system. In conditions where roof control is difficult, the coal of significant lateral extent and of sufficient thickness, longwall mining is preferred. Longwall mining offers the benefit of enhanced safety due to its system of face supports that cover the entire working face. This method also allows higher extraction ratios, conserving valuable and reserves. Some other advantages of this system are its flexibility in dealing with great mining depths, multiple seams, and a significant reduction in roof bolting. The problems let's discuss the problems with longwall mining. The high capital cost of required equipment. Then second, interruptions to produce can have a serious economic impact whether they are short term such as starting and stopping the shearer or long term as well as equipment is moved from a deleted section to a new panel. There may be a problem with gas well location, seam thickness and in soft floor and roof. The system being impractical beneath thick strong roof beds due to the size and cost of the required roof system as well as difficulties in controlled caving. Because of the aerial extent required by a long wall section, variabilities in the seam thickness, roof and floor condition, local faulting and the presence of wells can also limit the potential of this method. So next, here we can see the long wall face selection with conventional double drum shearer. So here is a double drum shearer and at the base a chain conveyor is located. And in the next we'll discuss about the long wall cuff fluff. The cuff fluff reduces the shearer in a typical long wall setup. The coal fluff can mine coal as thin as 18 inches but beneath 30 inches currently available, powered supports cannot be employed, greatly reducing the productivity of the system. The primary mechanism of the fluff is the armored face conveyor that has two main functions: to transport coal away from the face and to guide the fluff unit on the face during mining. And next, we will discuss about the problems with the fluff system. The fluff cutting into softer floors and deviating from the desired horizon. The fluff also has difficulties in seams where the coal hardness is not reasonably constant across the face. The feasibility of the system is questionable in seams less than 24 inches in thickness. Here is a diagram explaining long wall fluff suggested arrangement using powered supports in a 20 inch to 24 inch seam. Next we will discuss about the elements of the room and pillar mining system. Coal is removed from the working faces as the rooms are advanced. Cross cuts connecting the rooms are also mined, leaving pillars of coal for support. Cross cuts connecting the rooms are also mined, leaving pillars of coal for support. The conventional room and pillar method of undercutting the coal, drilling, blasting and loading has largely been supplanted by continuous mining machines that combine the process of fragmenting the coal from the face and loading it on higher haulage equipment for movement to the main coal transport system. This has greatly reduced the equipment needed to conduct room and pillar mining. The process is now simplified using only a continuous miner and a means of haulage and a roof bolter. So next we will discuss about the board and pillar layout. The production section is usually composed of either 5 or 7 entries employing split ventilation. This means that fresh air is brought in through the central entry or entries and is split and directed across the working face. The return air is taken down the outermost entries and out of the mine. The entries are usually of the order of 20 feet in width. The depth of the overburden determines the size of the support pillars. The cut sequence is determined by pillar size, cut length and number of entries. Then here is a Diagram of board and pillar layout. So you can see the galleries in the direction of airflow. Next we'll discuss about board and pillar mining layout. The most commonly employed type of continuous miner is the mining head miner. This type of miner has a rotating drum that drips the coal from the seam. The fallen coal is then collected by gathering arms and moved towards the back of the miner by onboard chain conveyor. This conveyor runs up an adjustable boom that is used to load a shuttle car which carries the coal to the main belt. A typical system uses two shuttle cars traveling sequentially between the continuous miner and the loading point on the belt conveyor. So here is a diagram showing the continuous miner. So next, in the most of the current room and pillar system, the coal is transported by a shuttle car from the continuous miner to a feeder breaker, which in turn loads onto the section conveyor. A shuttle car is effectively a mobile bunker with a built-in steel conveyor for the purpose of loading and unloading. Shuttle car traffic is controlled to increase both loading time and mining efficiency. Scheduling the position of all mobile equipments is very important to the efficient operation of a continuous miner section. Here is a diagram of shuttle car showing the conveyor and the driver's cab. Next, we'll discuss the Archiveer automated mining and continuous haulage unit. The Archiveer is a long, flexible chain conveyor that was developed by Arc Technology, a subsidiary of Arc Coal. It has been used in conjunction with a continuous miner to mine in both high wall and underground environments. Working of Archiveer. The mining sequence for this type of setup is relatively simple. The continuous miner begins a cut and offloads onto the Archiveer. At this time, the Archiveer is in conveyor mode, with its hydraulic jacks lifting it off the ground, allowing the conveyor to turn. As the miner advances to the point where its boom is almost out of range of the Archiveer, the miner begins to cut upwards in the seam, allowing coal to collect at the foot of the face until the Archiveer is advanced forward. While this is occurring, the Archiveer moves its loads farther down its length towards the tail end. Then the hydraulic jacks are retracted and the conveyor rests on its return flights. By running the conveyor in the opposite direction, the Archiveer is propelled forward. The jacks are extended again and the cycle recommences. Here is a sectional view through Archiveer. There was a tramming mode and in the second is a conveying mode. Autonomous mining machines. Any further system of underground mining of thin seams must be completely automated and operate without the presence of personnel actually on the working face. This is a prerequisite not only because of the limited height of the faces but also to maintain the cost of mining at competitive level. It is also an unfortunate fact of geology that coal seams seldom lie in a flat uniform plane of constant thickness. For these reasons, mining equipment designed to cut and remove coal from thin seams must be autonomous. That is, it must have a significant degree of artificial intelligence in order to navigate minor anomalies in geology or obstacles along the coal haulage routes. One necessary component of any automated coal mining method is seam following technology. This is usually achieved through detecting the coal rock intact at the boundary of the seam. This has been abbreviated to CID for rock coal interface detection. High wall mining system. High wall mining is a process of extracting coal reserves that are exposed in the high wall created during surface mining. The immediate advantage of high wall mining is that coal reserve can be extracted that would otherwise be uneconomic to mine by conventional surface mining techniques due to high stripping ratio. It can also be utilized to extract coal left as support or as waste during underground coal mining operation. Since mining of high wall entry is achieved by leaving overburden undisturbed, the system's economics are independent of strip ratio. Standard augers which are available in the market operate as blind boring and extraction systems. They remove coal from the relatively horizontal seam which are exposed by removing overburden to form a bench or high wall. Auger mining techniques are primarily used to recover coal from surface where stripping ratio or underground methods are not suitable. Here is a schematic view of high wall miner. High wall mining system. Here it shows the auger diameter and production requirement. So for 30 inches we have production requirement of 600 tons per shift. For 30 to 40 inches 600 to 10,000 tons per shift. 44 inches, 10,000 tons per shift. High wall mining system. This system is amenable to relatively level lands and coal seam. In practice, a series of parallel trenches would be progressively excavated across the mining property. The coal between the trenches will be augured as the excavation proceeds. So here the references I have taken. So I have taken references from Mayerchuk, WDJS, Jaspal and RB Farrar. Preliminary analysis of methodologist for mining thin seam coal resources. Mayerchuk, WD, an overview of selected surface and underground mining systems. R&D sponsored by the US Bureau of Mines. DU Karm, JP, JS Jaspal and AK Kwiatkowski. New techniques for mining thin seam coal reserves. So thank you. That's all.